Welcome back to Tao of Twang. I'm Dave. This laid back minor thing here today, and this is really an exercise that's also an improvisation. It, it's tool, right? But it's really a way to practice in, I hope, a musical feeling way, some basic arpeggios, and right away, weave those in with other skills that you have, like minor pentatonic. So we've got a three chord minor centered pattern here. It's kind of a bluesy. I didn't put any bass or a kind of a slower tempo. I put that little conga back there just to have something to kind of count with to feel. But a lot of open space, and this is a great one to go off to the side and just play the chord and then practice the arpeggio. Then move to the next chord, plug in that arpeggio, and then as you go, you start putting in a few little blues licks, minor pentatonic stuff. You start some phrasing starts to emerge from that. You got a real musical and experimental way to practice those um, arpeggio skills. That's not just rote and boring and hard to later kind of you know um, um, integrate into your soloing, right? So on this one, we don't have to spend a lot of time with the track. It's going to be really quick. I'm just going to show you these patterns. I think it would help for many of you if you just, if these already seem familiar and you got them in your fingers, that's fair enough. But sometimes you'd be surprised, like, oh, I know that one, or yeah, I don't really need to practice that. I mean, I say that to myself, then I start to do it, even if I'm preparing something, for you all. A lot of times, I'm like, wow, I should probably spend, a few minutes a day just doing eighth note arpeggios. Just saying, right? So, here's a routine for you. With the chords are B minor, with two slow measures held of each chord, and then E minor. Okay, then A major, and then back up to the B minor. Okay, so now the chord types that I'm using for each one are a minor seventh for the minor ones and a dominant seventh for that A. Okay, that means a flat seven in there. Just sounds good with this progression. There's a bunch of things you could do key study wise. We're not really going to go there today on this one. But here's the three, and I say three because everything I did in there was one of these patterns or an octave higher of it. So that's going to be your homework, is to work out some of those different octaves and different positions and stuff. But I'm going to show you both of them here real quick. So the first thing I'm doing is just going right off of that lowest B in the seventh position. Use your ears as well as your eyes. Some of you might be using just your ears, which is really cool. Okay. So rather than say each note, what I'm going to tell you is the chord tones that those are made of. Root, third, fifth, flat seven, root again. I kind of paused there because I think a couple of minutes ago I said I kind of accented the fact that the A had a flat seven in it. Well, they all do, actually. I should have said that differently. They all do. Their minor sevenths by default have a flat seven, right? So when you're talking about major chords, usually you'll hear more often a distinction made. Is it a major seven or a dominant seven, right? Minor sevenths chords are always a flat seven. Unless otherwise stated, there are alterations. Then root, third, fifth, flat seven, root, flat seven. So and back. Now, up to the E. E minor. E minor 7. Root, third, fifth, flat 7, root. Okay, so far we got. Then that's for the B minor. Then for E minor. Okay, doesn't matter how you do the chord statement. I do different things. You know, I'll play a chord, and then here in a minute I'll start putting in some more kind of licks and really vegging out on it. I'll show you what that's like. It's a cool routine. So that's the first two. Then our A major down here, major triad. Okay, and we're treating that as a dominant chord in this piece. And so we got root, third, fifth, flat 7. So you see the formula is the same for all of them. If you get lost or you don't have a diagram right there, make one, jot one down if you want. But just remember, it's in order: root, third, fifth, flat 7, and back down. That's all you got to write down for each one. And then you can count those out, or you can do whatever kind of work, off to the side that you need to identify what those notes are, or you just treat them as patterns. Okay, so now put the track on. Good to see where we were. So you can do anything in there. Octave higher, same chord tones. Sorry. Now, you start playing along with that, and anywhere you want, you can use those for a phrase mixed in with your blues stuff. Okay, makes sense? That's it for this one. That's enough, because if you really practice that, and I'm not showing you every, I'm not spelling it out. Put your this finger on your this fret and all that. Get that sound going, man. These are common and important intervals that you need to train your ear to hear. You can do it. Take the time. Root, third, fifth, flat 7, root, and back down for each one. And then, do a lot of work off to the side on this. And then I'll put a loop here just when we're finished up of a few minutes of that, those chords in just that real simple little groove, and throw that on and see what you come up with. And then after you get pretty comfortable with those arpeggios and stuff, let yourself go, man. You know, put some put some nice bends in there. Hold some of your notes and stuff. Leave some space. Throw the chords in every once in a while. Right? Some nice little composition. Okay. I will talk to you soon. Going to have another video out in a couple of days, and we might do some more of this sort of thing. Might do something else. I'll look for you in the comments, and we'll make a plan, okay? Take care. Bye.